Okay, so I'm going to tell you how motorcycling changed my life, mostly for the better, I think. So I started riding motorcycles roughly 10 years ago in 2015. I was fresh out of college. I had just gotten my first big kid job, and I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty good about life. I was like, all right, here we go. Let's start making some moves. Because prior to that, I was a broke college kid. I just worked like random retail jobs. One of the funniest jobs I ever had was I actually worked as a stock boy, inventory kid at a retail location inside of a mall of a Michael Kors store. It was like the handbag people. That was a really weird story how I got that job. But I was like, I don't have to work with food. I don't have to work with customers. I can be in the back. And there's hot chicks everywhere. So I was like, this job's great. I was 21 and I was like, this is the best job I've ever had. So that was me prior. I was broke in college. So like I started my motorcycling journey when I was like 22, 21, something like that. And I just gotten my job and I was like, all right, like I can save a little bit of money and I can get a bike. I can finally get a fun, cool toy. Because I was always big into motorsports as a kid. I loved watching Valentino Rossi in the mid-2000s in his heyday. I think everybody did. I really liked cars. I liked the JDM scene. I had a little 350Z in high school that I had to sell because of money reasons, because again, I was broke and stuff like that, which was just a bummer when I was a kid. And so I kind of went through this period in college where I didn't have anything fun, motorsports in my life, and I was like, man, I'm so ready to, like, you know, try something fun again. And me being the somewhat financially prudent young man that I was like, well, I'll just get a cheapo bike. I'll get a little beginner bike and I'll get started riding. And it was the greatest decision I ever made. I think there's very few people who started riding motorcycles and don't say something to the effect of it being one of the best decisions they ever made. It allowed me to get out of the house more. It allowed me an excuse to go do anything. You know, I hear a lot about young people today, how they're kind of just like stuck at home on their phones, they don't do much. Motorcycling is a great excuse to like get out of your comfort zone, go do something really fun and really new and different and challenging. And I quickly started realizing that it was something that I could really get into. I loved everything about it. I loved that there was a skill component of it, right? Every hobby I've done in life has always had a skill component to it. Like, it's not just consumption, right? I've played guitar for most of my life, produced music. There was a sort of like understanding that some people are really good at something and some people are okay at it, right? I wanted to be really good at something. So motorcycling gave me a great avenue to become better at something, to develop a skill, to develop a craft. And that's how I got involved with track days and sport bikes, because it was very clear that you could ride, get faster lap times, become better. Like, there were metrics that you could become better at something, right? And so that was my lens with motorcycling for a long time. It was all about getting better, getting more competitive, getting faster, getting cooler, you know, all that stuff. And unfortunately, it led me to ride in a way that was pretty irresponsible on the road like this. I couldn't really separate road and track very much back then. I did a lot of silly stuff. One of my most publicized incidents, you know, on the internet, you can type in Yamanoob crash and you can see it, you can find all that stuff. I'm not going to harp on it too much in this video, but it was a pretty nasty crash and I got humbled, right? Motorcycling has a way of not only being one of the greatest things you can do, and it's so exciting and fun, but they will also humble you so deeply. If you screw up, these things are so highly intolerant of major mistakes, and depending on the bikes, depending on the conditions, you could lose a leg, you could lose your life, you could become a vegetable. Like, there's very big consequences for riding irresponsibly and getting in trouble on these things. So motorcycling is a wonderful way of teaching you, right? And I really needed that lesson when I was younger. I needed something to humble me, and I wish that I could have been humbled in a less painful way, a less brutal way, but I really think I needed that lesson, you know? I spent 18 months in different kind of physical therapy, rehab, recovery. I didn't ride for that entire time. Weirdly enough, mentally, I was always ready to ride again. And that's something that you'll also encounter as you enter your motorcycling journey, hopefully in 2025, is that if you really are about this, you're gonna want to do it forever. I cannot imagine a situation in which I just stop riding altogether. My riding has changed a lot, even over the last 2 to 3 years. The type of stuff I enjoy doing, what I'm doing with motorcycling, but there is a constant, and it is motorcycling, right? You know, as I said, I was always Mr. Fast Guy, try to go the fastest laps, track days, racing, all that stuff. And I still do that quite a bit. I love that a lot. But it's really changed with how I feel about, you know, the kind of like long distance riding, the more touring based riding, the more easygoing riding. Hell, even the mini moto stuff for me now. I've been getting a Grom and I've been doing wheelies and having fun. Like, there's so many ways to have fun with motorcycling, and that if you stick with this for the long run, you will eventually find out, right? Very few people do motorcycling. If they're real enthusiasts and they really love this stuff and they're in it for the long term, very few people do the same exact type of riding for forever. Like, you know, if you get a sport bike, it's pretty rare to see a guy who's done 20 years, nothing but sport bikes, never tried anything else, never wanted to do any other kind of riding. Eventually you try other stuff, right? So motorcycling gave me this amazing skill-based hobby. It gave me this really great excuse to get out, meet people. That was a big thing too. Like, if you're having trouble making friends, you're having trouble, you know, connecting with people, this is a great way to connect with people, because everybody who rides kind of gets it. You know, we're all taking a big risk riding these crazy two-wheeled machines, and you know, most people who ride are friendly if you ride as well. You know, you meet a guy at a gas station. You know, that sounds kind of weird, but you meet a guy at a gas station, and you know, you stay out of the bathroom, and you know, you guys are like, hey, what bike do you ride, man? Like, you know, you ride around here, blah blah blah. You connect, you exchange numbers and all that, and you go out and meet. Like, I met so many guys like that early in my riding career. I kind of prefer to do my own thing nowadays with motorcycling. I still ride with people from time to time, but for me, it's really like a solo zen activity. But meeting people is a great way with motorcycling. That definitely changed my. I've met so many people through motorcycling. Created so many lasting relationships. Learned so much about people. You know, my motorcycling journey is very intrinsically tied to my YouTube channel as well, which gave me some incredible opportunities to go all around the world and meet people and do experiences. I've been to Israel and Morocco and Australia and Spain and the UK and Mexico. I rode my desert sled down to Mexico. I've ridden in Brazil, Canada. I mean, I've done so many cool things with bikes that I would have never, if I had never taken that chance and been like, I'm gonna go do the MSF and buy a beginner bike, none of this would have happened. And so you never know where motorcycling is going to take you. You never know the types of journeys and the types of things that it can happen with you. But it has substantially changed my life. So motorcycling also humbles you, as I said, and I also think it teaches you patience. It teaches you so much with life. I got really big into cycling when about 5 years ago now. Yeah, I got really big into it. I need to get back into it this year because it's been a little bit of a slower start to this year. But I loved cycling, and the thing I loved about it was it taught you that consistency over time is how you get the result that you want, right? Like with cycling, unless you're talking about a crit race or whatever, you know, it's like it's slow and steady wins the race. And motorcycling is very similar, right? Like faster lap times is not about going kamikaze effort and like, you know, doing everything crazy and doing these big inputs and all that stuff. It's about finding that zen moment. It's about smoothness and just flowing with it and just being one with the bike. There's so much about that I think can teach you about life. I really do think there's so much in motorcycling that you can apply to life, you know, taking it easy, planning your routes, being patient with maintenance, right? Understanding the intricacies of it, knowing that there's all of these parts on the bike work together to do the thing that it's doing. It's the sum of all the parts is greater than the whole. There's so much about motorcycling that I find beautiful even. I find it really incredible. I find it, you know, something that, you know, can teach people so much about life. And if nothing else, you know, if you're a very skilled rider, you know how to do something really well, it's a respectable thing to be able to say, yeah, like I know how to ride a motorcycle. I can do it at a racetrack. I can do it off-road. I know what I'm doing with this machine. And, you know, particularly as a man, I think it's important to have that kind of confidence. And motorcycling can give you so much confidence too. That's absolutely one way that it changed my life. I never struggled too much with confidence issues, but I was a little insecure when I was a much younger man. And motorcycling can help you be more confident, be more secure in yourself, especially now at the stage of the game that I'm at, that I'm riding a big adventure bike, the kind of thing that I used to make fun of many years ago. But, you know, things change, and it's okay, and you can evolve, and you can adapt, and, you know, motorcycling allows you to find yourself. You know, you can quickly see, like, oh, maybe I don't like sport bikes, I want to try dirt bikes. Maybe I don't like dirt bikes, I want to try touring bikes. Maybe I don't like Harleys, I want to try Suzukis, or whatever it is, you know. Like, it allows you that kind of freedom and bandwidth to try different stuff, because it's not that expensive, all things considered. You know, if you've got about 8 grand cash, you can kind of buy and sell used motorcycles to your heart's content and not lose a lot of money. You know, you can buy a nice $8,000 bike, ride it, sell it for 76, you know, save an extra 400 bucks here and there, and then get another bike, try it out. Like, it allows you the ability to try a bunch of different stuff, which I really appreciate, you know. And I did want to let you know that if you've made it this far into the video and you want to try something new, we are giving away a Triumph Street Triple 765 RS on yammynoob.co. That's my website that I've built over the last 5 years. I'm extremely proud of it. We are doing a giveaway every single month in 2025. So if you sign up as a member right now, you'll have the chance to stack up your entries, and as those new bikes come in, you'll be able to put more entries towards them, get your chance to win. You can join our Discord server. There's tons of benefits to being a member on the website, and I highly recommend you go and check it out. So go over to yammynoob.co and the link in the description down below and sign up as a member and get started. And I truly do appreciate it. But yeah, man, motorcycling has completely changed my life. I can't even imagine a world in which I didn't get started riding at this point. I don't know what my life would look like. And I'm sure I'd find a way to be happy. I don't know what I'd be doing. But motorcycling just, wow, it really just is one of the greatest things you can do. But like I said, it's a high-risk activity. You have to be responsible doing it. It has an incredible way of spitting people off who are not respectful of the machines. These things are highly intolerant of mistakes, and there's a lot that they do that can, you know, make people regret their choices in starting to ride. But for a vast majority of people, you know, motorcycling is an incredible thing you can do. Boosts your confidence, teaches you so much. And it's a fun party trick to be able to throw out, right? Like, if there's a bike anywhere, you can jump on that thing and ride it. It's a really fun way to, you know, have a date night with somebody. You know, you put them on the back of the bike, kind of flex a little bit. That's always fun, but please ride responsibly if you are riding two up with somebody, of course. It's a great thing to be able to teach other people later as well, too. Once you've become a great rider, you can get other people into the fold as well. The community element of it is incredible. Yeah, I'm obviously a big fan, as you guys know, and my whole mission on this channel is just getting more people interested in motorcycling. And I hope that I can do that. I hope that I can get you guys more involved and loving bikes and, you know, having a lot of fun with it. With all that being said, thanks so much for checking out today's video. I really do appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate y'all checking out the videos and watching. We're almost through this cold season here in Texas. February is upon us, and soon it will be March. It'll be blue bonnets, it'll be sunshine, it'll be warmth, and then it's going to be amazing. We have so many cool giveaway bikes coming up. There's one launching in March, and then April, and then May, and then June. We're doing a crazy one for July. So we got a bunch of cool stuff planned for this year, and I'm really pumped. It's going to be an awesome 25. With all that being said, thanks so much. Catch you guys in the next one. See you later.
All right, everybody, time is up. This video is unfortunately over, but head over to yammynoob.co while you're waiting for the next amazing Yammy Noob video to queue up. Become a member, and you'll get access to win this Triumph Street Triple 765 RS. You're not going to want to miss it.